Oh, yes. Tory, have we done it?
We
I
did.
think
We
we
did
did
it.
it.
I hope.
Uh,
I hope.
There's always a delay in terms of them showing if anybody's in the room with us. So I'm like, we might just be going live to an empty room right now. But no, welcome to Friends from Work. What up, colleagues? Hope your uh, Thanksgiving Day was a beautiful one. Tory, you know I need the details. You were home. We got a chance to talk to Uncle Mike. Thank you for jumping on with us. We appreciate it. Tell us how your day was or your weekend.
It was good. I got to spend time with my dad and my cousins. I went to a bar with my cousins who were like 25.
What kind of bar was it? I
Like
need to
a
know.
dive it was like a dive bar in Bethesda, Maryland, and it was just like I just felt ancient. I just felt so old.
I
Oh
had
my
this
god.
crazy memory of just like kind of knowing when it was time to stop drinking. And it was when I was at a bar one time and a guy next to me was reading the newspaper. I was like, it's time. You know, whenever there's a guy in his 60s reading the paper and sun is barreling through the front window, you're like, you should be out doing things. You see those people walking past the window, they're living their lives. Well, I don't know what you're doing.
Oh my god. Thank you, Lucy, for saying that. Yeah, I was so embarrassed, but I was like trying to be hip and cool. And so we went and like, like people hit on you and you're like, they don't know how old.
Wait, you got hit on?
Yeah, but these people don't know I'm like so much older than them. Like 15 to 20 years older.
Well, Tori, I don't know if you know, but there's a very popular category
I am not a
on
cougar.
certain forums, and it seems to be popular for a reason.
I cannot imagine. I was just like
What?
very, very uncomfortable. I had a really good time with my cousins, but I was like, all right, time to. And then I got home at like 2:30 in the morning and I'm like, what are you doing?
See, I'm curious. What did you notice? That's how you know you're an old man. Is like when you're at the bar, you're just looking at trends. What are people drinking now? Because when I started my comedy career in Miami, it was all you'd look at the tables and it was all blue drinks. People
Yeah.
had like
Yeah.
rum
Yeah.
runners, and then there was a period where like then the canned kind of White Claws took over the whole world, and it was White Claws and High Noons. So
Totally.
what are the young kids drinking at the bar now?
It's a lot of like vodka cran. It's a lot of like vodka sodas. Like it's a lot of that. It's not a lot of shots. It's not a lot of beers. It's a lot of just like vodka mixed with something. And I don't know.
That
I felt like I was gonna go in and be like, "I'll have a Manhattan." Like I was like this older
it's yeah, you were ordering like stuff from like the Roaring Twenties. Can I have a rusty nail? The bartender's like, we've
give
called you
me
an
a
Uber.
give me a gimlet and make it splashy.
First of all, I think it was Kaya Boo put hypnotic blue drink days. Do you know what hypnotic was, Tori?
No.
It was this, I think it's just a liqueur. I don't, yeah, I think it's just like it's in the family of liqueurs. I'll look that
Ugh.
up,
Like
but it was
Cointreau? I
blue.
don't like that stuff.
That kind of weird, like where it's kind of like Galliano. Remember that big tall bottle that's always at every bar? It looks like the kid in the 7th grade that got his growth spurt. It's like, what the hell is that gigantic yellow bottle right there? What is that?
Oh my
I think it's
god.
in that weird family. And Kaya, when I was doing stand up, that was especially at like mostly black shows. They used to mix Hypnotic and Hennessy, and I believe it was called an Incredible Hulk. Yeah, I
Stupid.
think that's what it's called.
Now,
And
the older
oh,
crowd drinks something called paper planes. That's what everybody is drinking now. And
what's that?
it's bourbon and like
By the way, that sounds like a memoir of a wife that lost everything. But it's so dumb. So stupid. Keep going.
oh
What is
man.
that?
It's it's like bourbon and a lemon, some bitters, and some other things, but everybody is drinking it. Paper planes here, paper planes there. I see it everywhere. So that's
I
if
think
you,
I'd even overheard somebody ordering that. That's so interesting you mentioned that.
yes, yes. Al picked all 3 games in the Turkey Day correct. Could you believe the Broncos against my team? Unbelievable. Good job, Al. Good
Thank you.
job.
We're actually really damn good at these picks because with your vibey intuitions and of course ELC that's coming up, and my love of sports and throwing a little wager here and there. I think you and I make a great team. Uh, and Tory, speaking of great teams, my girlfriend and I, Sarah, who just got a request on the colleagues thread saying they should have her on. We should have her on camera. We would, but she is at work because she's an adult. I'm at home, like I should be playing video games and yelling through a closed door. Can you knock? Like a 10-year-old.
Meatloaf now.
But yeah, it's she and I combined. We got recipes from my mother, and we got my grandmother. Shout out to Marcella. We got her mac and cheese, and we got my mom's black eyed peas recipe and my aunt Val's sweet potato pie recipe, and we put our foot in it, Tori. Like it was really good, like super dope.
What was the mac and cheese? Was it Cajun, you said?
Yes, it was we got this is how black families roll. When you ask for a mac and cheese recipe, you're sent 2 different ones. Like how you want to do this, player. So yes. Oh, and Sar is in the chat. She's taken over from Michael Dean. She said Al is a great partner in cooking. The reason I brought Sarah up, not just because I love her, is because she did something that I think all of our colleagues should do. And when we talked to my mom last night, my mom was like, "Oh, it's a good idea. You get the recipe, whatever recipe you have." But what she did was she took the recipe and put it in chat. And baby, correct me if I'm wrong. She put it in Chat GPT, but like Chat GPT put this on a timeline for me. So like when you have all 3 things going, it's like, oh, don't forget to check your pies in 10 minutes. You need to stir your your peas right now. And it just kept us on and you tell them like exactly when you need to be done, and it puts you on a schedule. It was just like really smart, and it got us there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we were really, and I appreciate everybody saying hi to Sar. Yeah, she's a sweet piece. So we had a lot of fun Thanksgiving. Tori, what you said you guys got a cater, right?
Yeah. It was delicious. She was so kind. The chef was great. We had someone there to help out, and my dad didn't have to wear himself thin, and it was really nice. It was like really delicious food too. You know how you're like, how good is this going to be? But it felt like, she cooked everything there, and it was very sweet. And so, there were Parker rolls, Julia. We had Parker rolls as well, buttered with honey butter. But yeah, it was really delicious and really easy for my family. Like usually it's like an all day thing and then an all day cleanup. And then by the time I'm done cleaning up, I'm getting on a plane and I'm leaving. So it was just nice to like get it done. And it was very, very sweet. I mean, it's a hard holiday, but I was glad to be around people who unconditionally love me. So that was nice.
Yeah. And it's going to get better,
Yeah.
It just like, that's the thing about the passage of time and the passage of people that we love. It sucks, and it's never going to be like, well, I'm over that. It's just like you can move forward, and like, there's a point, Tori, where I started to move around the world and like really did start to believe that my dad was with me, just in a different form.
Yeah.
And it really helped me. And Tori, before we move on, I did want to tell you a quick little story about my shows this weekend. I was in Dallas and in Fort Worth, which is like, I didn't realize, like, Fort Worth, first of all, is gigantic. Like, you can't really grasp how big cities like Houston and Dallas are. I think Houston's like 70 square miles. Like, they're huge places. So like when I'm playing Dallas Fort Worth, it's like 2 separate cities, And so I did the show Friday, did 2 shows in Fort Worth Friday, Saturday, 2 shows in Dallas. 2 great shows. Wrapping up the last show, Tori, as you do. You get the light when you're doing 45 minutes. I'm like, man, ready to go. And the closing thing I was talking about that show was I have a something I get into about being fired, and so I just kind of ask a rhetorical question like, has anybody here been fired? And this black woman responded. She was stage left, dressed kind of provocatively, but it's a Saturday night. Let's go. No shame in here. Come as you are, feeling sexy. Let's do it. And all I could get from her story is that she threw a mouse at one of her coworkers. Like, yes. And I needed to hear more. So with 5 minutes to go on my show, I pull her up on stage. Uh, and I thought she'd had some drinks, but like everybody had, we're at the end of the show, whatever, no judgments. She tells her story about how her lesbian coworker's lesbian girlfriend liked her, and her lesbian coworker spit in her face, and she hit her with a computer mouse.
Oh,
And that was
not a real mouse.
that I thought it was a real mouse too, and the crowd was laughing at me, and I was like, I didn't know. You think I haven't been in some eating establishments that haven't had some mice around?
For
I lived in
sure.
New York. Stop it.
I saw a mouse
And
immediately coming to DC, like immediately.
yeah, I thought and everybody's like, being like, so we all had to laugh about that, but this is a computer mouse. That makes me feel better that you defaulted to that as well. So her coworker spit on her. She hit her with a computer mouse, as you do. And so we got the story. Ha ha ha. She sits down. Thank you. Good night. I walk into the green room, and the MC comes running in the green room. He goes, that girl you just had on stage is currently vomiting her brains out at her table. Open the door. And just like, it's the end of the show. So there's some people kind of clearing out, but her and her two friends, real friends, were Tory. They were trying to catch it with their hands. And it was just like, that friend instinct where you're just like, don't do this in public. And it was just like, I keep going over Tory. If I had kept her, she was on the stool on the stage.
She would have vomited on stage.
And I'm just like, I would be on YouTube this morning, like a real live Yelp review for this guy's act. Yes, yeah. So that was
Oh my
that was that.
gosh.
And it was so weird because the waitress that was the waiter that was taking care of the green room, she was like also taking care of that table, and she was like, she didn't drink her drink. So she came in like that.
She probably came in wasted. That's bad. I mean, that's, who hasn't done that though? But at my
Yeah.
age, you don't do that now.
Yeah, and there is no shade. It's just what happens. But Tory, we're not here to throw you shade, but we are here to move on. So what do you say? Let's do that. Damn it, I can't find it. I wanted to hit it right on cue.
That would have been so smooth.
I know it would have been smooth, and it's not. Okay, here we go. All right. Tory, you know what we should do? We should move on. Oh, yes, that's right, Tory. We are moving on. Thanks to our partners in crime over at Spider Moving and Storage. You guys have held us down since day one, and we love y'all. Guys, do us a favor. If you are moving, make sure to give our boys at Spider a call. But the best way to do that is when Tory gives you the phone number first.
720-545-3187.
All right, there we go. Tory, and we are moving on from Thanksgiving and Black Friday to what? Cyber Monday. That's right. Tory, it's Cyber Monday, and I've already found a couple things that I'm looking for. Now, let me ask you this, and I wanted to ask the colleagues this, because we've done stories in the last couple weeks about Amazon sales not being sales. They jack it up and really bring the price down, but it's really the same price. So does that scare you off, or is Cyber Monday, like, is that your day?
I used to be a big Cyber Monday day, but I'm trying to consume less because I got to be honest, I don't have room. I don't have any room. I don't have any room. And so like the more stuff I get, I'm getting more anxious. So I'm really into like decluttering. And so there's really nothing I really need.
Well, I thought that same thing too.
And then what happened?
I looked at some of these deals.
Okay, wait, Julia ordered books. You guys write in the comments what you guys ordered on Cyber Monday. Okay, so what was the deals what did you find?
I went on, and I know they're probably wait, Julia said another story from my act. Yes. And ironically, I was telling a story about something very similar. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, so Tory, I was like, just looking for Cyber Monday deals to maybe throw at the colleagues. And I was like, let me save this one. There there's a really nice mattress at Walmart that was marked down $1,200. And so it's only like $1,000, and it's new, and it's like our mattress.
Oh, do you need a new mattress?
Yeah, it's just like every time I come home, I'm like, did SAR cheat on me with a meteor? Because it feels like just there's a crater in the middle of the GD bed, and we paid a lot of money for that freaking thing.
I know mattresses are like $1,000 and up, and like if it doesn't start to go well, it's so annoying. I got one that goes like this.
Oh, you got the Craftmatic?
I don't know.
Does it automatically switch on to Matlock as you're raising up? It just automatically on Jag season 2006.
Jag. My mom loved Jag.
Yeah, look, everybody got their little serial show they like.
I haven't been able to set up my TV in my living room because it's just there's a Roku stick and I don't know how, and I just haven't. So I watch in bed and like eat dinner sometimes on the tray. Now I'm really old.
You have the same evening schedule as somebody in a full body cast. Like you're ready. You be wheeled into the room. Isn't this awesome? I've been prepping for years.
So this thing really helps. I see that a lot of people, Renee Brown says, I bought nothing. I'm boycotting. A lot of people boycotting. A lot of people
they are, Renee. I kind of want to sneaky talk about that because I didn't have that on the schedule, but I've been seeing that on Instagram. But Tory, keep going.
Well, a lot of people bought books. You know what? I'm going to buy a book. There's a book called this is going to be so sad. It's by Melody something. Here, I have it. And it's called Codependent No More.
Oh, is it an exclamation point so you have to yell it? Oh, God.
It has helped me so much, though. It's really helping me.
Give me one thing that's helped you from that book, and don't look at me.
Okay, hold on. I'm just
stop looking at the cover.
Codependent No More by Melody Beadle.
Okay, you're not codependent into knowing her name.
Beatty.
Okay.
And so one of the things that she said is like, you feel like you hate yourself and you feel like you are inappropriately put on earth. And I was like, yes, that you don't have a right to exist. And I was like, yes. And that
I'm just saying this could be really hot Dom sub talk. People would pay for what you just said to me. I felt a little something right there. It's like a little tingle.
Well,
you are the scum of the earth. Oh, God.
Yeah, man, I would have you over in a heartbeat. I'm trying to figure out my sound bar. So it's been like 6 months, guys, and it's not.
Tory, you just plug it in. It's a circular hole.
I need you to help me.
Literally.
Nope. You got to come over. Nope.
Okay.
So listen, Codependent No More. And if anyone out there is needing this book, it is the big book of the Bible for codependence. And I'm in a codependent recovery group, which can I tell you guys something? No one wants to end the call because we're all so codependent on each other.
Do you guys just go to sleep like it's the 8th grade? Just like, I want to hear you snore. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not, but it's been really, really helpful. And she really gets codependence. Now, a lot of this is for people who are codependent with spouses of alcohol. So they're like the Al-Anon or enabler and stuff like that.
Right.
But this is just how to begin, how to relate to it. And I've really enjoyed the book. Enough about that. I'm sorry. Okay, enough.
Okay. What was the big takeaway from the book?
So far, that she's explaining how much you just have zero good self-talk. Zero. No self-worth whatsoever. And I was like, yes. Like I very much related to that. And then I hope in the next part of the book, she talks about how to get that.
I was going to say, if you stop reading, that's going to be a terrible book for you. You ain't shit. And you're like, I stopped reading right after that. So I'm just going to walk with that. Okay.
So
No,
I'm really
I think it's
hoping.
good. I think
Yeah.
it's good that you're doing the self-help thing, and, it is important.
And
So,
yeah.
Tori, let's move on. Uh, and Tori, here at Friends from Work, we listen to our colleagues, and I'm not sure which colleague said that we need a sus stinger, but we don't just like delete the chat. We go back and we get information, and then we have them, which we need for this next story. Let's do it.
Yes.
That's super sus. Sus.
That's awesome,
All
Al.
right,
That's
Tori.
awesome.
We need we have there's some sus things going around. We didn't get too deep into it because it was Thursday and we were not about to talk about, or it was Wednesday and we were not about to talk exclusively about the shooting in DC. But Tori, really quickly, you were flying in when the shooting took place.
Yes, I left Reagan, like, I'm not kidding you, about 2.5 minutes after the Reagan went on full ground stoppage. So no planes in or out. Now, mostly that's because of helicopters that were circling the airspace. So like you didn't want a plane to hit it, you couldn't get up in the air. But I was okay, but it was all over the news, um and then I talked to Al about it, and yeah, some things have come out about the shooter that are very interesting. That
Yes.
sus that are
Yeah,
sus.
that were very sus. His I believe his last name was Lackenwall. He was basically a CIA agent. That's pretty much been established. He was in Afghani and he was living here. And Tori, what I found sus initially when I talked to your dad and by proxy Uncle Mikey, was that I just thought it was very strange timing that once a judge had at least ruled that initially it was illegal to keep soldiers in major cities, all of a sudden an incident happened where some guy just walks up and shoots two soldiers that had been. Do you know how recently those two soldiers
I
had
believe like
been?
within the last 24 hours they
They
had
within
been.
24 hours they had been sworn in. They're already like on active duty. They are shot. I am not saying anything about these two young souls that were shot. I'm not saying that they were in on it. I don't. God bless them, straight up. Like I have no ill will or any kind of suspicion about them or their involvement. I want to make that totally clear. And all the stuff that I'm saying is just my opinion. But I did think that that was strange. I also found it strange because you can check name search results, like how many times somebody's name was searched in Google. You could do that with me. It might break a computer because I'm effing famous. But but I am not. But what I did find was kind of alarming is an hour before the shootings occurred, there was a huge spike in his name, the Lachenwal Afghani national, of his name being searched. And people said that usually that happens when some people in the know want to see if the person that is supposed to have maybe committed an act, if they've done that or not yet. And
Yes.
so that's why there's the huge spike after it being totally flatlined. So Tori, uh, it's so interesting and it's great because my she's basically my family member now. My auntie Kathy, she's on SAR's side, but we went out with her and she watched the show. She loves you, loves your family, and she was like, I love Jerry because for as much as your conspiracies are fun and interesting, she liked that Jerry was like, that's probably not what happened. Here's what probably happened. And so I love to have that balance. But Tori, was this sus to you? Like, what do you think? And shout out
Okay.
Kathy if you're watching. We love you, girl.
What up, Kathy? Aunt Kathy. So I spoke to my dad again because I felt it was very sus. I felt it was very sus as soon as I learned he had been vetted for a very long time and that he had worked closely with the CIA. That's someone that if this were to be a setup, you would use someone with that caliber to be able to go and do this mission, and you take care of their kids or you take care of their family or whatever it is. And so I was like really weirded out and I'm like, how true is this? And then I got really suspicious when a reporter asked Trump about it and said he was vetted and he has a lot of ties with the CIA. And you know how Trump responded?
Did he say that it was Biden's people that let him in and that she was stupid?
Yeah, he said it was Biden's people that eliminated, and then this is his tell, and I've always told you guys this. He gets really mean. So he was like,
Yes.
"What are you, stupid? Are you a stupid person? Are you stupid?" Like meaner than normal Trump. It's a tell in which he's uncomfortable. He's getting something is bothering him. So then I was like, that's super weird. So it was like the piggy thing. Yeah, it was like quiet, piggy.
Right.
So
And
it's a
it was like
tell.
a loss of decorum.
Yeah,
Yes,
and yeah,
because
he
he's so
loses
mad.
control. That's a great way of saying he loses control when like someone hits it a little too close to the nail, and the way he does it is insults you to the worst. So I asked my dad again, and said, "What about this?" And I was like, "It's ramping up." He clearly says this is not a setup. This is just somebody who was radicalized, who drove across the country and shot these poor, people. I was like, but what about now Trump's getting 500 more troops that he is getting into DC, which is exactly what he wanted. And it's another distraction. And he absolutely says he does not believe it's a conspiracy. And I said, do you think it's sus? And he said, please pass the sweet potatoes. I don't know what that means.
I love Jerry. He's like, I could see him like, because he's so polite. You're like gesturing and just talking over these wonderful sweet potatoes. You're like, but I have a counterpoint. He's like, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
Give me
he
those
was
sweet
not
potatoes.
having it.
Food's gonna be flying. So
Yeah,
yes,
he was not having it.
we will keep an eye on this, but it's just like these weird things keep happening, and they seem very interestingly timed. And any type of questioning to it is instantly poo-pooed. And I think it's because we all go, well, our government would never, but like we are all living in a time where like we're pretty sure our government had some knowledge of the JFK assassination. We're pretty sure, damn sure, that the FBI had something to do with MLK's
Martin Luther
assassination.
King Jr. Yeah,
That's like
absolutely.
common knowledge at this point.
Yeah.
It's pretty much common knowledge that the FBI and the CIA injected crack cocaine into America's inner cities. That's not really up for debate anymore.
Yeah.
So like the fact that we understand that our government is capable of such things retroactively, we're like, yeah, but that was then. But like now they're completely above it. I want to be wrong.
Yeah, and maybe I'm not saying Trump knew. Maybe there was plausible deniability or whatever, but it just seems the timing was weird. The connection to the CIA was weird. But Jerry had no time, as someone said, for tomfoolery. No time.
Jerry had no time. But
he had
Tory,
no
do you know what
time
we
for
do
it.
have time for?
What?
We need some sports vibes. That's what we need from Tory.
We got to be. What is the number one betting people? I want them to sponsor us. DraftKings.
They are, just because you said it like that. But yeah, I want you to make an on-air plea to DraftKings. Tell them, basically give them your resume regarding sports.
Dear DraftKings, I am your draft queen. That's all.
I'm sending it to them.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, Tory, we did great on our picks last weekend. And I have to ask you, because it's Monday night, it's time to get right.
Monday Night Football.
Tory, we got some classic franchises playing tonight. We have the New England Patriots, formerly quarterbacked by your boy Tom Brady. He's passed the torch to an incredible young player. His name is Drake May, M-A-Y. He's supposed to be the next golden boy. He looks like he's that dude. And Tory, he's going up against your boy, who you originally picked, and he's had a great rookie season. And you loved his name because his name is Jackson Dart. That's right. Jackson Dart of the New York Giants. He missed the last 2 weeks because he got his bell rung, had a little concussion, but he's back.
Oh, is he?
So, Tory, will Jackson Dart, clear head, ready? Is he ready to go up to New England, have some clam chowder, and then go beat down the Patriots? Or is Drake May, the golden boy, the next in line for the throne? Is he going to take it over our boy Jackson Dart and Jackson Dart's New York Giants? So who do you think, the Patriots or the Giants tonight?
Guys, I have some insider knowledge on this one. I heard, I don't really.
But we know. Absolutely.
I think Jackson Dart is not as sharp as he could be. I think he still has a headache. I think he's
Okay.
still having a little bit of nausea. I think he's pushing through. I think the lights are bothering him. He's photophobic right now. And I really believe in New England, right around this Christmas time, you're going to see the Patriots step it up. And, they may be on a roll. Get it? May.
Oh, lobster roll? Okay, I
And no,
see ya.
and May. Isn't his name May?
Oh, I thought you were going for the lobster roll, so that was a double pun.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
That's
So,
enough for you to end the show. Like,
yeah,
you really
that's
get
it.
those.
So I
Yes.
think it's Patriots. I think it's gonna be the Pats. I hope
Well,
that is good.
Well, Las Vegas thinks that the Patriots are gonna win by 7.5 points. So do you think they're gonna win by 7.5 points?
Yep.
Okay. You think they're gonna beat Jackson Dart? So give me a final score.
So I think it's gonna be 35
Okay.
to 21.
Okay, 35-21. That could actually be
35-21, guys. And it's gonna be the Patriots. And we all know about the coach. His name is obvious to everyone.
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel, right?
Yes.
By the way, speaking of football really quick, Michigan, my team, against Ohio State, your state, did not do well.
No, they caught a little bit of a beat down. Did you see the Michigan players surround the M in the middle of the field so Ohio State can't plant a flag? Because last year Michigan went to Ohio State, and because they don't know how to act because they're uncouth, they planted a flag in our stadium. We didn't do the same thing because we were raised not by wolves. So
okay, but get this. There's an M in the diag. The diag is what do you guys call it? A quad where you guys all walk around. We have something called the diag, which is like diagonal, and there's a huge M engraved. And for the Ohio State game, there's someone there 24 hours a day, overnight, who sleeps over the M so that Ohio can't come over and paint it because they would spray paint it. So this M thing is a really big deal for us.
I think it's a bigger deal that there's an adult that has that much free time. That's really just like it's a personal crisis for him. Now, Tory, before we move on, I did want to ask you, because the colleagues all want your inside information.
Sure.
Now, if the New York Giants are able to come in and play well, what should we expect from their special teams?
Speed. And a lot of this. 360s.
I didn't know. It looks like you're acting out a punch in drama class.
It's like someone's gonna get like rickrolled, like they're gonna go the wrong way. Like special teams on the Giants, they really have great speed, is what I'm vibing with. So there could be a return touchdown. I really like special teams. They're like the unique one. So, but I do think it's gonna be a lot of when they do this with the ball and then they go.
All right, Tory, we're going to stay with the topic of football because this is a serious thing, and I hope I can get this to play. But, Tory, I actually missed this in the game last night. I don't know if you saw this. I hope it's not cut off. It might be, but the audio is more important. Hold on. I'm doing it.
I don't hear any audio.
Okay, Tory, I don't need you. Okay, can we hear this? We can. I don't know what it's saying.
I'm just seeing like wastes of gentlemen.
Okay. Basically, last night, I don't know how Michael Dean got this freaking thing to play. I'm really mad at myself. I never even thought about that.
Oh, wait, it said mute. Oh, now we're seeing your phone.
I'm just going to go here.
Isn't that guy Tony?
Yes, that was Tony Dungy. I'm just going to sit us to the side and just as a way to publicly shame myself. This is where the video should have been playing.
Was this the possible stroke?
Yes. The reason that I brought this up was Rodney Harrison, who is a famous safety I believe he's in the Hall of Fame. He played for the Patriots. Ironically, was playing tonight, and the Chargers. It seemed like it went beyond a brain fart,
Is there a
Tory.
way to click on the microphone, says Beatrice? That seems very obvious, but we appreciate that.
A way to click on the microphone?
Yeah, it will unmute you.
Which microphone? Guys. Well, but the thing is, why didn't it? Because Super Sus played. So then why did? Oh, maybe if I upload it to that instead of background.
So Tony
Okay.
Dungy was interviewing him, or they were talking, and in the middle of this poor man had what seems like kind of a slur, or I guess you could say trouble speaking.
Yeah,
And
he seemed like he could not get the words out.
yeah,
And
because the
you know,
aphasia, like.
yeah, it's interesting, Tori, because it's what you told me about, like, what your mom experienced a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen there's clips of news anchors in which this has happened to people. So Tori, I don't know if you feel comfortable talking about this, but what do you think about what did you do when you saw your mother struggling for those words? And if somebody thinks that a stroke is occurring, what's the best course of action?
So yes, strokes are really important because there's time limits on it. So if you have a certain ischemic stroke, and there's a clot, and you hear someone even go like this, yeah, that's really good, Al. That's so
Right.
fun, Al. And it's just like a little bit of slur. You want to ask them to smile. Usually one half won't lift both arms, one half won't. It's usually affecting one half of the brain. So that
Right.
all happened to my mom, or they'll start speaking in gibberish, or doing
And
something kind of random.
Tori,
And
we're gonna give it one more try.
okay,
Okay, hold
okay.
on 1 second. I think we might have got it. Hold on.
Favorite guy, Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, I look at. I forgot the I'm sorry.
Washington defense from that group. Best way to attack that group tonight, do you believe?
Best way to attack them. They don't
What have you
a lot
seen
of-
from Washington's
Yeah,
defense?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. They just don't have. It's a lot of stuff going on. I'm sorry. They don't have a lot of discipline on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
That's it.
They sure don't. And I want to get over to something
I'm
else
sorry,
too,
guys.
Coach.
Did you? That was really it
Interesting.
really bothered me at the end as he said, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, and he said it twice or three times. It's almost like his brain was thinking of something else and he couldn't get it out. But I do want to just emphasize, if you think you are having one, or you see someone, you want to get them to the ER, because there's medicine that can be administered within about 3 hours of the stroke, and it can completely reverse the stroke. But if you've missed it because you're just waiting it out, you could have saved someone's life and entire way of living by getting to the clock buster. They call it a clock buster. And you want to get there. And that's why a stroke victim will often be seen extremely quickly in an ER if they're presenting signs of a stroke, because it's timing. You have to get the timing down. That was
And Tori, I
weird.
do want to say, just to be clear, it has not been, at least where I've read, it's been medically assigned that he did have a stroke.
Right,
It's just like
right.
that's what that appeared like. We've been on this planet a long time, but we don't want to say that for sure. But it is always a good time to talk about it. And just want to tell people to remember fast, like Tori
Yes.
said,
Yeah.
face, is their mouth dropped? Arms, can they lift both arms? Speech, is their speech slurred? Do they understand you? And time, if you see any of these signs, call 000, which I did not know. 000 immediately, and ask for an ambulance. So had you ever heard of 000?
I would not call 000. What is 000? Is
I
that
thought
like something new?
I guess I don't.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
hoping like
that's what ChatGPT said.
okay, that could be international.
Yeah,
But,
just call 911. Let's
yeah.
not get cute with it.
Julia
Al
said,
Jackson said,
yeah, right. Julia said, I do hope he went to one of the team's doctors after that. I do think that would be, yeah, I would speak to someone. He couldn't remember, not only remembering, but he couldn't get out the words, and then he sort of forgot what he was saying mid-sentence. He didn't slur anything, but that kind of break in that
Right.
seemed really, really odd.
I
So,
mean, it was very strange, and clearly the internet noticed. And we're not talking about somebody like us that talks about football casually. There's a person that's played football his entire life.
right.
I believe if he's not in the Hall of Fame, he's like a fringe Hall of Fame player. He's been broadcasting and talking about football for the last 10 years.
Not good. Not a good sign.
This guy can speak about football more than anybody, and he could not get a coherent thought across. And I think that's
No.
what really started a lot of people. And it's so interesting in a world where people take clips like that and make fun of stuff, you notice that all the clips are just like, hey, we're thinking about you, prayers up, but just like
people took that seriously. Totally agree.
get that taken care of, because that's really scary and that sucks.
That's
all
bad.
right, Tory, this is the next story I want to do. Okay. All right, Tory. The next story we're getting to is one I have to pull up. Sorry, I'm using two computers here. Don't make fun of me. I'm doing the job of two people, and I'm doing it poorly. But, Tory, we're talking about the fact that Megan Thee Stallion, she won a $75,000 victory over Milagro in a defamation case. Milagro is a podcaster, and she was talking a little of the ishnit about Megan Thee Stallion, and she was found liable. Tory, can you tell everybody the difference, like what is libel?
So defamation is the whole umbrella of when you talk about someone and you are it's not true. So you have reckless disregard for the truth, or you have actual malice, which means that you know it's wrong and you're still saying it. Now, libel is when it's oral, and slander is when you write about it. It's written. So
well, you know, she was going
good
off
for her. I mean, Tom Cruise
good for her.
Yeah, Tom Cruise famously will sue, very litigious about any tabloid or anything writing stuff like this. Some people don't care. Some people are like, whatever. And Tom Cruise puts like, he will sue. So now we know Stallion will not be messed with, be messed with. And podcasts are everyone's getting their information from podcasts. And if they're not checked with this type of defamation, that's not a great thing. I did see that in the ELC. Klay Thompson, who I believe is dating Megan Thee Stallion, renamed his boat SS Stallion.
Yes. Well, that was one of the stories that we were definitely going to get to, ELC, because shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. When you make a dude change his boat, that means when you make him change the boat name, you putting it on him nightly.
Totally.
Yeah. He's like, what else can I do to keep you right here? I do want to see, because, don't forget, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, Cardi B won a lawsuit over a YouTuber that was saying things. I believe one of the things she was saying was that she had an STI and things like that. And the YouTuber that was successfully sued by Cardi B is saying the exact same thing that Milagros Grams is saying, is that like, I ain't got the money. So because she might also have to fit Megan Thee Stallion's legal fees. So I am curious if this is going to in the future make podcasters watch their mouth, because if you know that you can be sued, because everybody likes to be on YouTube like, I'll say it, I don't care. Well, let's see if you care now.
Totally.
Yeah,
totally. And also, I don't think it's like very much Taylor Swift she sued for $1. Megan Thee Stallion doesn't necessarily need the 75,000. She needs to make a statement, and that statement is, don't talk to me about don't defame my name, don't slander my name, I will come after you. And that's a deterrent for
it's the Taylor Swift $1.
It is. It's the $1 Taylor Swift, and it's important. Some people don't care. Some people are just like, I don't care, whatever. But you see that Megan's going to stand up for herself, and she's not going to allow it. I think Megan Thee Stallion's really cool. I don't know any of her music, but I know she's like this great college grad. She's very young. Like she's very cool. I mean, she's cool.
She's lived a lot of life in these few years.
Yeah.
All right, Tory, I have one of these, and I never get to play this stinger, so I'm happy. All right, Tory, we're doing I have a burning question for you.
Is there a cream for that?
Yes, it'll make it go away, but it's always going to burn you. It's like there's got to be repercussions for that great weekend in Rio. Tory, this earlier this week, I don't know if you remember Nigel Lithgow. Now, we heard about him a few years ago because Paula Abdul came out and said that this music mogul sexually harassed him. At the time, he did what most people that were accused of such nefarious activities did. He stepped down. But as of this weekend, he says he's moving on and he's going back to work, and that the accusations were not true. Now, I'm sure a lot of people tried this years ago, but they didn't find a lot of fertile ground for people being ready to accept them back in. Do you think the fact that he's just saying I'm going back to work and I don't fear any repercussions means that at least industry wise, that the stink of a Me Too accusation isn't enough to bar you from working in the industry and therefore Me Too is over?
No, I don't think that. I do think it matters that Nigel Lithgow probably realized there's not enough proof, even though she's saying it allegedly happened. I think people are questioning. And I'm not questioning. I don't like to question people that have been through that and say that. But some people have said that Paula Abdul is a little not all there all the time, allegedly.
Right.
And so, you know, if he was serious about also this, I would think he would sue Paula Abdul. If not, he's taking a chance that his reputation precedes hers, and he wants to be famous again. And what he's saying understatedly is that her word is not to be trusted because of who she is, and my word is because of who I am. So I don't think it's the Me Too movement has gone away. I just think this specific case with the specific people are interesting. I believe you should believe all of the people that come forward, but if there's not enough proof and she's not going to press charges, I mean,
but I totally agree with you. But if you think about it, there wasn't a lot of proof when somebody like Aziz Ansari was
right, and it turned out it was
accused.
fake. I mean, it was way
Yes.
overdone.
But that didn't stop him from immediately before anything had played out, even in the media. He lost his show. He kind of lost his reputation. He saw ticket sales decline, and now you're starting to see him kind of reemerge. But baby girl, that was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
6 years in the middle of the prime of his career.
Yeah.
And do you think that like things like this, what we saw in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case, and even what we may be seeing in the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively case, do you think those might be the things that a lot of the people that probably do have nefarious intentions in kind of trying to put the kibosh on Me Too allegations, that'll give them the firepower to say, see, these women were lying. These women were making it up, because there always seems to be an audience that's willing to hear that out, which is shocking to me, but it always seems like there is.
Look, everyone's allowed due process, and we got to watch the due process of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. And I can say from watching that on DBL with you right now, both of those hands were dirty. Both of those people had dirty things that happened to them. Johnny Depp did dirty things. Amber Heard did dirty things. And so I think it comes down to a context of the case-by-case basis. And Paula Abdul just doesn't have the best reputation for always being like clear and being with it. Now, that doesn't mean I don't believe Paula Abdul, but it gives question for the case-by-case basis. So, the Epstein survivors, I 100% believe them, but they have no reason to also come forward and put themselves out there and humiliate themselves by saying this happened to me at 14, 15, 16. That's a horrible trauma to redo. Paula Abdul, I don't know. I mean, I stand with the people who are survivors, but everyone's allowed to have due process. And if Nigel didn't do that, or if it's overblown, he's allowed to have his rights and due process. So I really think it comes down to like who's claiming what. And you can feel like the Blake Lively thing just has so much like hot air in it. There's so much that it just blew up in a way that it just didn't need to. And I think people did not like the way Blake was not talking about domestic violence about her movie, but selling her own products, which was annoying. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know if, I feel bad saying that, but Paula Abdul's rep isn't the best.
That was going to be my question for you. And I understand why you say I feel bad about that. My question back to you is, should you?
Right. Fair.
There is, and I say this to somebody who used to drink and take intoxicants, as most people do. Is it then fair if I get really inebriated at the bar with you, drinking paper planes, and get up to go to the bathroom, and I come back and I point across the table and I say, that guy stole my wallet, and I'm 6 drinks in and maybe a joint or two in? Is that a situation where you don't question the victim, or can you say
that's you question?
the victim might be seeing 3 of what he's pointing at, And I think it's
Yeah,
fair
that's called
to say what I think it's fair to ask.
yes. Yes, that's called extenuating circumstances. Context matters. If you're wasted and you're like, this guy did something, there's going to be a question. There's going to be thoughts. And I think that's fair. That's allowed. You don't always just blindly believe someone constantly. But when you do hear the truth, we all kind of know that it's real. We all can sense when something actually went down. And, I just think that, again, everyone's allowed to have their process, and I think that you are allowed to question. Yes. Now, do I think that Bill Cosby, who drugged all these women and they had been saying it for decades and no one believed them, like that attitude is like ridiculous. You know what I mean? When you have multiple people coming forward with the same exact story, and it's like, why are we not believing these women over and over and over again? But I think everybody is allowed to have a context to be questioned. That's life. That's due process. That's the judicial process. And I also have to say, I agree with Julia. The Blake Lively thing is very sus. So I just think that is also really weird.
And that's one thing I wanted to have. We were talking because I hung out with Kathy a couple times before I went to Dallas. She's one of those people that, like, when I first met her, she was like, "Oh, you're on DBL. You're with Jeff Schroeder. He was on season this of Big Brother, and your podcast partner Corinne, she was on the." Like, she's one of those people that knows a whole bunch about a whole bunch of things that have to do with pop culture.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
just want to have her on and maybe even have some questions
Yes.
by our colleagues queued up, because she's one of those people, she just knows everything. And she was talking to me while we went to the what do you call those, the where you walk around the trees, the arboretum, what do you call those?
Like botanical gardens?
Yes, I am such a dumb man. I don't know. Whatever. We were walking around there and we were talking about the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively thing, and she's got just a lot of interesting takes. Like, you can tell she goes down rabbit holes that are like super legit, and I just think she'll be a lot of fun to have on. But I thought that situation was sus when we first started covering it, and I'm interested to see how it's going to play out, because I think it may really backfire on Blake Lively, who had
It's already backfired. Yeah,
I mean, you notice she wasn't in the suite with Taylor Swift this year.
No, and
at any Chiefs games.
She and Ryan Reynolds are just getting their names dragged through the mud of any kind of behavior on the red carpet. Anything that they do is being skeptical and looked at. Their popularity queue went way down. By the way, the movie, was it any good? Lars, I would highly recommend the book. It's a really great book. Colleen Hoover, It Ends With Us. And it talks about domestic violence, and it's really interesting. But the movie just got completely overshadowed by the drama that was the PR about it. And I think, wouldn't it be ironic if they had an affair? Yeah, that'd be weird.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, look, we have eyes, we have ears, we have a sensibility, and it was just, she just acted, in my opinion, a little sus. Yeah, it's a book. It started as a book, Lars, a big breakout book.
A huge book. Like, it's a book that was so big, I knew about it.
Yeah. And Taylor Swift took a huge step back and was actually said to have been subpoenaed during the Blake Lively. By the way, Jenny Slate was subpoenaed and had to do a deposition. And so she wanted nothing to do with this. She wanted out Taylor Swift. And that's never a good sign either, right?
Right.
Like
Taylor is like, her brand is no drama.
Yeah.
And you're really infringing on that. All right, Tory, let's get to this before we have to get out of here. All right, Tory, politicians probably doing something shitty. And in this case, Tory, I don't know if you have been following the story of David Gentile.
Yes.
Have you? Or are you just... Do you know who that is?
Yes. Tell me more.
Okay. David Gentile was a private equity exec who was recently convicted and sentenced to 7 years of prison for running a $1.6 billion Ponzi scheme. So, yes. So, I mean, Tory, you might say, well, Al, why are we talking about that? He just started serving his sentence.
Did he, Tory, though?
Well, he
He's
went
not
to jail.
Okay.
He went to jail. He went to jail for 14 days, Tory, which I think is fair. And he was pardoned by Donald Trump very quietly. I believe it was Thanksgiving Eve or maybe Friday.
So
But
no news cycle is covering it.
no news cycle. We're just talking about turkeys and stuff and Cyber Monday and like, oop, let this guy go. Whoops. Oh, did he leave? I don't know. And yeah, so it's said that he I want to get the exact numbers. It said that they defrauded over 10,000 investors, most of whom were teachers, farmers, small business owners, regular folks. And he served 14 days. So Tory, I think we both know that he served his time. Like, how do you convince society that there are rules when we're talking about this from the Law and Order Party, no less?
So the rules break down when it comes to money and campaign money. And Trump has shown one thing, and that is to be quite loyal to those that incur favors from him. So the people paying for his ballroom, this guy gave money to Trump politically, and he has stayed and remained loyal to those in some ways. Not everybody. Some people he throws right under the bus. But
what about people that give him airplanes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Including Qatar and Saudi. And I mean, he is a quid pro quo president. He likes to give what he gets. When he gets something, he'll give back. That's the way he operates. I mean, Canada pissed him off because the prime minister said something and he imposed a 10% extra tariff on them. That's not how tariffs work because I'm mad at you. Like, it doesn't work like that.
Right.
But this is the quid pro quo presidency. And so it doesn't shock me at all that he would be loyal to those who give him money. Money to him is his
love
vocabulary.
Language.
It's his what?
Love language.
It's love language. Yeah, exactly. So so that doesn't surprise me. It's just a fact of this type of a presidency, which is not based in my opinion, values, morals, the American way, the Constitution. It's based on what can I get the most of and punish those who that don't like me. And that's a very different president than we've had in the past.
And we've seen it with the pardons. He pardoned who was the fake candidate in New York City, George
Santos.
George Santos. If that's not his name. Well, I don't know everything in this world. I know that is not his real name. Like George Santos sounds like just a name you check in at the La Quinta under, as you have somebody that is not George Santos's wife with you. That is such a BS name. Anyway, but yeah, whether it was George Santos or the Chrisleys, which I heard they used the clip of us once.
Yeah, they did. We're on there
about how they're crooks.
It's like you and me making
saying it again.
Yeah,
you're crooks. You stole from small community banks because you knew they wouldn't be able to go after you as hard. I hope you sleep well at night.
That's right.
Really gross, but it seems like if you're gross, it really helps. Helps things along in this presidency. So maybe we're wrong, Tory. Yeah. Maybe we should. If we just flipped on the colleagues and just like tomorrow, after we're covered in gold, we drive to a podcast studio that's got all
nothing's different. Nothing's different.
I'm just saying, maybe you sheep should stop looking at your government and look at yourselves. All right.
And just by the way, the pardon has.
I can't wait to sell out.
And just so you guys know, a pardon has absolute authority. No one can overrule a pardon. You can't take back a pardon. They have the absolute rule and able to. Now, the only way to do that
is. Are you saying that the pardons are the draw fours of the legal community?
Yes, I am saying that. And the only way to reverse uno this is if you have a state crime against someone. So it could be that wherever David Gentile is from, let's say New York State brings up a case against him. Trump would not be allowed to pardon him in that way.
Okay, I'm trying to see if it says where he's from. This took place in New York, so I'm assuming it was somewhere.
The South District, SDNY can definitely.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you I got a phone call from them once?
No.
I never told you that?
No.
Like they just called my cell phone and it says SDNY, and it was like they were calling to talk to me about somebody. It was 2 in the afternoon, and I never told you that?
No.
Okay, yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was yeah,
Oh
okay.
my God. And auto
Yeah,
pen,
very scary.
yeah, just so you know, Trump has replaced the Biden portrait of all the portraits with a picture of that auto pen. Many presidents use an auto pen. That is not a Biden thing. Do I think Biden lied about his health and was not right? Yes, I totally do. So I'm not going one-sided, but auto pen is something that many presidents have used in
He
the past.
auto pen to pardon the January 6ers. So
Exactly. So,
glass
yeah.
houses.
Yeah.
All right, Tori. Why don't you get a fact ready for us? Let's do
Okay.
this, girl. All right, Tori. Do you have a fun fact for today that's not going to make me mad?
Yes. How long do you think it takes a pineapple to fully grow? To a full pineapple.
I all right. We're assuming it's a grower, not a shower. I'll say I'll say I think they take a while. Don't they take no, maybe that's the agave plant.
So everyone write in what you think, how long, the length of time it takes for a pineapple to grow, and don't look this up, to grow into itself a pineapple. So we got
I'm
3
gonna
months,
say
2 years,
2
8 months.
years. I'm with the
Yeah.
ELC. I think because don't they take forever to grow?
I hate when people guess it. So it's 2 to 3 years it takes for a pineapple to grow into a pineapple.
People are not only guessing it, people are like, I grew them.
Let me pick a different thing. Okay.
I was
Here's
going to
another
say,
one.
you got the, how long does it
Okay.
take for a baby when, okay, to develop? Okay.
I apologize. Okay. Snakes smell with their tongue.
I believe that because they're pretty basic creatures. They don't have like an olfactory system that can process smells and send it
Right.
to the brain.
Now, am I right that there's like little, like if I drew a snake with its little eyes and its little mouth, I would put 2 little nose holes. Am I wrong about that?
Do snakes have
Do
nose
snakes have
holes?
noses?
Let's just call them nostrils, okay?
Okay, nostrils.
And then
Do
we'll ask
snakes
a
have
deeper question. Well, let me look that up.
Do they?
I don't think so.
Do you guys think that snakes have nostrils? Oh, that's just to breathe? Okay, maybe that's right. Like a respiratory system.
Yes,
they're
snakes have noses, but their primary way of smelling is through an organ that works with their forked tongue. Okay.
Weird.
That's gross and interesting, and you were right. All right, you had no idea what you were talking about.
Someone goes, I learned this in 5th grade science.
That was unnecessary. That was
That was
just like
hurtful. That was hurtful.
yes. Well, Tori, today has been day 1. Oh, and tomorrow we'll have pictures from Michael Dean's vacation. He's already out
Oh
there
my
doing it.
gosh. I'm
I
getting
just
some
hope
pics. They're amazing. His outfits, you guys, that ChatGPT put together for him are incredible.
Are you serious?
They are just incredible. He went out and bought
Incredible good or incredible like that's incredible.
one of them. He did look, and as a Jewish person, I feel comfortable saying this, very much like a Hasidic Jew. But he has bought this grand hat, a large hat, and he looks great in it. But
All right,
it's
Tori, that is going to be the teaser we have to leave on because I think my battery's about to die.
okay.
So
Bye.
well, I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Sorry, I suck. I'm horrible.